What I'm going to do here is I'm only going to use Yahoo Finance so that anybody can look this up for yourself. If you want to look up a ticker symbol on Yahoo Finance, you go to this right-hand corner, quote lookup, and just put in the ticker symbol. I put in right here, AT&T's ticker symbol is T. Who are the primary shareholders of AT&T, which owns Warner Media, Turner Broadcasting, and CNN? Vanguard Group, Blackrock, State Street. Little side note, who owns State Street? Vanguard Group and Blackrock. Newport Trust. You got Morgan Stanley. Who owns Morgan Stanley? Vanguard Group and Blackrock. All right, so the next question is Comcast. Comcast owns NBC, Telemundo, and a couple of these other companies, including MSLSD. We call them MSLSD. It's MSNBC, CNBC. But who owns Comcast? This is the Comcast Corporation, CMCSA on NASDAQ. Who are the primary shareholders? I'm talking about not even the top 10. Who are the top 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shareholders for Comcast, which owns MSLSD? Vanguard Group, Blackrock, State Street. Look at all these. Wellington Management. By the way, Wellington Management, they were called, the founder of Wellington Management got fired from Wellington Management and branched off on his own. His name is John C. Bogle. We can talk about him in another video, but John C. Bogle broke off from the Wellington Management Group after he got fired, and he formed and founded Vanguard Group. So next question is, who owns CBS? Viacom owns CBS. Well, who owns Viacom? Here's the Viacom ticker symbol from Yahoo Finance, ticker symbol VIAC. Top shareholders, Vanguard Group, BlackRock, State Street, who's owned by Vanguard Group, Goldman Sachs, who's owned by Vanguard Group, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America. Guess who owns Bank of America? Guess who owns major shares, the major shareholders of Bank of America? We'll find that out in a second. I think you can guess by now, though. Let's just go down the line. How about Murdoch? Murdoch owns Fox Corporation and News Corp. Who owns News Corp? Who owns Fox Corp? Here, let's take a look at News Corp first. News Corp, because in the realm of the left versus right paradigm lie, you would think that Fox Corp, who employs people like Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson, who are always at the throats of the Breonna Keelers and Little Brian Stelters and Jakey the Snake Tappers and CIA asset Anderson Pupa from CNN, you think they're enemies, but they're both parties are getting their paychecks from the same shareholders that own both companies. It's a shell game. There's no competition in this field. In the media field, there's no competition. There's no competition between Fox News, News Corp, Fox Corporation, and the people who own, and AT&T who owns CNN, or Comcast, who owns MSNBC Universal, or NBC Universal and MSNBC. There's no competition. Every one of these teleprompter reading corporate talking heads from the CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, Lamestream, MK Ultra Media are getting their paychecks from the same top shareholders. So who are the top investors, the top shareholders for Murdoch's News Corp? Vanguard Group, T. Rowe Price, BlackRock, State Street. How about Fox Corporation? That's got to be different. The top shareholders for Fox Corporation have to be different than the top shareholders for CNN. Just have to be, because they're always, they're against each other, right? Top shareholders for Fox Corporation. Dodge and Cox, BlackRock, Vanguard Group, State Street, Bank of America. How about, okay, let's just escape. Let's escape from mainstream media. Okay, let's just check out for a second, and let's feed our souls with Netflix. Who owns Netflix? Who are the top shareholders of Netflix? Vanguard Group, Capital Research Global Investors, which are in cahoots and in bed with BlackRock, Investment International, T. Rowe Price and Associates, State Street. Those are the owners of Netflix. How about Disney? Disney also is responsible for the news that you watch. But who are the major shareholders for Disney? Major shareholders for Disney, I bet you can guess. Vanguard Group, Blackrock, State Street, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, Northern Trust Corporation. How about Verizon? Verizon's got its hand in news, and the news that people digest and consume. Who owns Verizon? Verizon Communications, owned by major shareholders. And look at this. Look at we didn't even talk about the amount of shares. Vanguard Group, BlackRock, State Street, top 1, 2, 3. Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway. You know who owns Berkshire Hathaway, right? Warren Buffett, one of the richest, they say, richest men in the world. Berkshire Hathaway is owned by the major shareholder for Berkshire Hathaway is the Vanguard Group. They all own each other, cannibalize each other, embed together, put out the same media. That's why you can go to New York, or you can go to California, or Oregon, or Wisconsin, or Oklahoma, anywhere in between Florida, Texas, and people pretty much say the same things because they don't call it television programming for nothing. Look at the amount of shares in Verizon Communications. 322 million shares for Vanguard. 296 million shares. And we're talking about shares worth $52.27 at today's date, today's prices. 322.7 million shares of a $52 stock. How about on Disney? 136 million shares of a $176 stock. How about Netflix? 33 million shares of a $628 stock. Fox Corporation. And you get the idea. These people are off the charts, not even in this world rich. 48 million for Fox Corporation. 48 million. And that's just BlackRock and Vanguard. 41 million, 34 million. These all share funds, and they're all the same shareholders. News Corp, 51 million. But I wanted to show you this with AT&T. AT&T stock today is worth $25.70. Vanguard owns over a half a billion. Vanguard and BlackRock together own 1 billion shares of AT&T $25 stock. It's got to be different in the food world, if you want to call Coke and Pepsi food. Coke is a major competitor for Pepsi. Don't you know that, guys? That's what they want you to believe. Who owns Coke? Coke, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. Who owns Pepsi? Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street. The same shareholders who own Coke own Pepsi. The same major shareholders. Bank of America, who owns that? Berkshire Hathaway, which is owned by Vanguard. Number 2, Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street. Now, what is the major thing? What is the major product that every mainstream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra media outlet wants you to ingest? What product are they constantly pushing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Well, we already know. They're pushing the product for the big farm guy. Who owns major stock? Who are the major shareholders of some of these big farm guy companies? Look what this company is right here. Mode what? RNA. Who are the major shareholders? Number 3, Vanguard Group, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, State Street. Major shareholders of the product that mainstream media, which they're the major shareholders of, are pushing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. How about this company right here? How about that company? Who are the major shareholders of this company whose product is being forced down the throats of everybody? Governments are getting involved, mandating that this company's product be forced down everybody's throat 24 hours a day, 27 days a week. Penalties are being issued on businesses who aren't requiring their employees to take this product 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Who are the major shareholders of this company right here, which is the same shareholders who own large portions of today's mainstream media? Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, Wellington Management, which is also Vanguard, Capital World Investments. Look at how many shares are being controlled by these people. 456, almost a half a billion there, almost a total billion for these top three, over a billion shares in this company whose product is being forced down our throats by the mainstream media conglomerates that are have a major shareholder interest with these groups. This is something everybody can do. So I'm going to come back to the direct